This is a birthday cake with 1,446 candles on it, and it's for the oldest company in the world, known as Kongo Gumi. The Japanese company has been in operation for over 40 generations. So what does a company sell to stay in business for nearly 1,500 years? And how has the culture in Japan caused or inspired this economic endurance, this legacy of longevity? I was inspired to explore this question after spending some time on a site called Nihon 123. It's like the Netflix of learning the Japanese language. In one video where they were teaching vocab at a historic shrine, I had the thought to Google Japan's oldest shrines, and one that came up was Shitteno-ji. One wiki hole led to another, and next thing you know, I'm learning about the world's oldest company who was responsible for building this shrine, and that company is Kongō Gumi. They were founded in the year 578 AD, and their timing couldn't have been more impeccable, as Buddhism was just being established as the dominant religion in Japan. With this religion came a great demand for Buddhist architecture and temple constructions. This provided the ideal opportunity for Kongō Gumi to supplant its name and expertise in this specialized field. Amazingly, they can retrace their steps through history back to the beginning, and they actually have a 10-foot long scroll detailing all 40 generations of family owners. For its entire history, Kongō Gumi has maintained the Shitteno-ji temple. 7 times this temple was destroyed by war or natural disasters, and each time Kongō Gumi was summoned to rebuild it. In many ways, this temple stands as a testament to the resilience of Kongō Gumi, but it's also an image of longevity for both the shrine and the builder. In 1934, for example, they were called to repair a 5-story pagoda on the property which collapsed in the Muroto typhoon, and this actually coincided with another significant event. The company leadership had just passed on to Kongō Yoshi, the first female head of the company, and the 38th generation of the family to lead the company. Isn't that incredible that this company had a female owner in the 1930s? During her tenure, she would structurally change the company and prepare them to endure the economic tumult of the 20th century. But this leaves one glaring question. How did they survive 15 centuries? I mean, a lot has happened in that time. We're talking about countless changes in political regime, wars and uprisings, the attempted eradication of Buddhism and thus their entire construction specialty. And more recently, they survived 2 atomic bombs, the globalization of construction innovation, and countless moments of financial instability. So how? Well, for one, we can point to the larger culture in Japan known as Shinisei, which is a term that represents any company that's over 100 years old. Considering the fact that they have over 50,000 businesses that are over 100 years old, naturally they're going to have a term for these. In a later video, I plan to cover this phenomenon of legacy businesses in Japan and how Kongō Gumi is just one of the many companies that have been around for 1,000 or more years in Japan. But let's get to a specific reason that Kongō Gumi has lasted this long. Number one, they care about making great construction. You may have seen some of the videos online of these specific Japanese joints that don't use nails at all. They just fit perfectly. And this is a practice that was held in very high esteem even back to the beginning of this company, known as Miyadaiku, who practice the construction of Japanese shrines and temples. And they're very renowned for their use of these elaborate wooden joints that use no nails at all. These buildings that they construct are frequently found among the world's longest surviving wooden structures. So clearly one reason they've lasted this long is that people know that whatever Kongō Gumi creates is going to last. And so that contributed to the demand. But another reason they've lasted is because, like all legendary companies, they have a secret formula. Well, it's not so secret. It's called Shokuke Kokoro no Koto, and this roughly translates to family knowledge of the trade. And it's a creed listing 16 tenets learned from the past and intended to guide their future. Interestingly, the Kongō Gumi creed covers both the business and personal lives of their employees. Some of the business lessons include: listen to what the customer says, and submit the cheapest and most honest estimate. But also within this creed are general lessons such as: do not put yourself forward, never fight with others, do not shame a person or boast, and it even guides them on how much alcohol is acceptable to drink. In closing, there's truly no better way to sum up the reason for the lengthy existence of Kongō Gumi than their own company motto, which is inheritance of techniques from 1,400 years ago to the future. Oh, and don't let me forget to check back in on them in another 1,400 years to see where they're at.